What is up, traders? This is Gluzman here with 7 Points Capital, bringing to you today's trader takeaways. So let's take a look at today's SPY. First of all, we have really strong couple of days. If we're looking at a daily chart, we had this 260 level here, and we were watching for the breakout over 260 to see if it holds, and we in fact held, and we're pushing higher, which is I guess that's pretty good. So we'll see what happens from here. If it comes back, dips to 260, that would probably be a trade for us. And let's take a look at the stuff that we traded today. Netflix, we had earnings. We had a really nice setup today in the morning where we pushed out of the gate. We rejected this resistance, came back and consolidated right here below. There should be VWAP right here. Let's see. Here you go, that purple line. I have a lot of lines here, but that purple line is the VWAP. Came back, rejected VWAP, and downtrended up until about 10 o'clock in the morning. So if you guys caught this, I traded the bounce. Somebody shorted this, but I wasn't touching this. My biggest trade on the day was Tyme. I was basically scalping this. They had a conference in the morning. They also had like a hit piece by somebody. I think it was Adam Fierstein, if I'm not mistaken. And from here I started buying dips. I was just watching the tape. I'm trying to come into the market with no bias, and I just watched the tape. Tyme. So let's take a look at the executions. So I started buying this dip right here, saw a couple of bids stacked and selling into the pop, and then buying it again, selling into the pop. So that was all pre-market, so that was a really nice beginning of the morning. Tried the short. I noticed that it's not working. It's kind of holding up, so got out and then waited for the stuffing. It stuffed into this price right here, into 255s. Got short, so started scalping this. It was pretty actually liquid, so I was able to get pretty nice fills and cover into big washes. And it started to kind of gear up, do like an ABCD. I thought this potentially will break out and start ripping up towards $3. So I did not buy this. I didn't see any bids supporting it though. I thought we might squeeze, but there's no bids, so I didn't want to buy this. And also these big red candles were pretty scary, so I like to be on the short side when these happen. I did test some liquidity right here, thinking we can potentially drop, so started buying it, selling it, see which way is easier, and we actually started. It was actually much easier to buy, so I thought we were going to break down, but we started drifting up, so I just got out, and we'll see what happens. Right here we may have a breakout here. So that was the best one on the day. ACB was probably the biggest missed opportunity because I took the easy setups right here in the morning. I was watching this with the pot sector, and we had a big buyer stepping in, so I started shorting. I noticed it's really easy to sell. This was an SSR stock. It was really easy to sell. I noticed the buyer on the tape, so I started buying it, and you got a nice fat fill here. The stock was very liquid, so you could trade pretty decent size, and selling it into the pop, and started shorting it. And then from here on, covered, reshorted. The buyer stepped back in. I covered it. I did not get long this time. I just covered it because TLRY was dropping the whole time, so I didn't want to buy that one. I wanted to short the pop once the buyer stepped away. So started shorting a little bit with a wide stop. Once we kind of put on this doji here and we exhausted that, the buyer got exhausted, I started adding, moved the stop down and trading around core a little bit here. From there on, it was going sideways, so I didn't want to touch it. However, this right here was a good entry where we dropped and we came back up to test it and rejected. This right here was a good re-entry. I even called it out in the office, but I didn't take the trade. And we dropped really, really nicely. And the most upsetting thing about this is that the stock is very liquid. You can trade very big size, no problem. So I was just kind of watching it collapse, and here this looked like a double bottom here. So I started buying it and scalping, trying to kind of scalp around, thinking maybe I can hold the core on the long side, but we popped and met with a lot of selling. So I started selling, started getting short again, thinking, okay, we got a downtrend, and this is a nice pop to short, and it's kind of a bouncing ball type of setup, high and a lower high. So started shorting, started adding here, and trading around core a little bit, buying it back again. So just kind of micro scalping it with decent size. So they add up pretty good, but definitely missed out on a big drop. So even though this was a pretty decent winner on the day, I'm a little bit upset at how I traded it. Next one was another missed opportunity, GEVO. So this is a stock I have nightmares about because I've gotten screwed on the stock pretty badly by, you know, shorting consolidations like this and then getting stopped out into the high of the day on full size. So this is a stock I came in and I said I'm only shorting when I see crazy soaking on the bid after a pop. So out of the gate, so pre-market I started buying it thinking we're gonna squeeze, which it happened, but I was a little bit too early. But I was cutting losses pretty fast. Shorting it right here once we stuffed, covering a little bit, and then out of the gate, I didn't short this right away. I waited for the push, and the push was like 5 cents or probably even less, and we saw a lot of soaking. So I hit it and I got out near support. We dropped lower, start soaking the bid, so I bought it for the small bounce, and I was really hoping for a stuff through the high of the day to stop, you know, the early shorts, you know, whoever's chasing, stop out all the chasers, for me to get in a nice fat fill. But that fill never came, and I just watched it fade without me. So this was a pretty clear dilution right here. Stocks don't really drop like this unless there's somebody selling massive size. And the volume today was really nice. So whoever wanted to get out or whoever wanted to dilute, I mean, we got like what, 13 million shares or something like that traded so far. So I'm positive that they were diluting here. So this was another winner, but could have been a much bigger one. LMFA, shorted. I was shorting pops and thinking that if we're holding, we could squeeze, because that's just been the theme this week. They're just kind of trapping and squeezing all the time. Day 2s, day 3s, backside. So this week has been pretty volatile for small caps. We have offerings dropping midday every day, and people are trapping and squeezing, like BIOC, which is my last stock. We did drop an offering on BIOC. Let's see, 15-minute chart. Thinking, okay, trend line broken, offering is in, and probably shorting here for the fade like GEVO. And what happened was, of course, they did not just want to let it drop. So I was very, very careful on this. Shorted, I was in the money nicely, and I just waited for this to happen to squeeze people out and just cover the dip. And then I was waiting for the push. I got the push and I covered it. I mean, the bids were soaking a lot again, so I just covered it, and I thought there's going to be another couple pushes and potentially even grind all day, just like yesterday. Yesterday, that's kind of what they did. They let it drop a little bit, and then they just pushed it for the rest of the day. So I was trading very cautiously, and I just scalped this. So this is a flat trade for me, a small loss and a small gain. So overall today, traded very conservatively. I just caught kind of the easy trades, and that's it for the day. And those small gains, they add up pretty quickly. So that's it for the day. Thank you guys for watching. I hope everybody has a nice long weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.